All right, let's get this over here. Welcome, everybody. We are back on this, back on the grind. We have another one of these masterwork giant collage pieces that we are working on. Yu-Gi-Oh! So, I was we'll talk about it more when we get more people in the stream, okay? However, before we get started, I want to drop a link to the Discord. If you're not part of the Discord, you should join. I love the community that we built on there. It's a lot of fun. Hey, what's going on? I got a lot of rest last night. You could probably tell. I'm like all perky right now, right? Dude, what's up? Malcolm, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we're back. We're doing this again. we're going to war again. So I'm just gonna go over a couple things. The Teen Titans piece, both the Teen Titans and the Attack on Titan piece, the two Titans, were put on hold because in order for me to finish those, and I did actually put in quite a bit of time on the Teen Titans piece. The only way for me to finish those is to go through the entire series and watch all the episodes. And I just realized I thought I had time for that, but I don't. So then I was just like, we're just gonna have to put those on the back burner. And then, hey, what's up? Wow, it's good to see everybody. Yeah, we're gonna be having these sporadic, like, non-stop streams for like the next 2 weeks because I gotta. Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I didn't finish the Teen Titans or the Attack on Titan piece. I just do not have the time to go through all those episodes. Maybe later in the year. And so then I actually put in about 11 hours on a Harry Potter piece. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm just not gonna lie. I don't want to deal with I just don't want to deal with what comes with a Harry Potter drawing. Like going out to conventions. I just don't want to deal with it. So I'm just gonna probably scrap that whole thing, despite how many hours I put into it. What? Hey, I appreciate that. So, since I don't have the time to finish the Teen Titans or the Attack on Titan piece, and I do not want to deal with what comes with a Harry Potter drawing. I need to think of a property that I can do and hopefully have done in a decently quick time. And I was just like, hey, you know what? Yu-Gi-Oh! I used to be a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Player. That's what got me into drawing. So how it took this long to do this, to do a Yu-Gi-Oh! Drawing is beyond me. But anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you. Oh, you subbed on Patreon? Dude, y'all are fucking awesome. We need to stream at this time more often. Also, for the give you all an update, a life update. The wife is doing really well. We went out. I was able to take her out to leave the house for the first time in 6 months. That wasn't a doctor's visit. We went on a little date last night, so she's doing really well. But yeah, and that's it. Thank you everybody for coming through. This is gonna be a long stream, and it's gonna be a bunch of long streams until we get this decently done, okay? How's everybody doing? Catch me up with what's going on. Everything looks good, everything's clear. Because I had to move things around again for the stream. Like I had to reorganize all my gear. Oh, you're working on art for Animate. That'll be cool to finally catch you there. I'm not gonna watch any trailers for the Godzilla Kong. I'm not gonna watch anything for it. I'm just gonna wait for it to come out. I'm not gonna watch any trailers for it. Because I enjoyed that last one so much. And, you know, like, spoilers. You know how they had Mechagodzilla in it, right? If I didn't know, because they showed it in the trailer. If I didn't know that Mechagodzilla was going to be in that movie and he just showed up at the end, I would have been like, oh, hell no. I would have been like I would have like jumped out, you know, of my, well, I wasn't sitting down when I was watching it, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I don't trust them, so I'm not going to watch any trailers for it. You can't help yourself. So this pose that they're doing, this pose that I have them in, where is it? This is a reference to the opening of Season 0. You can see it over here in my little reference picture on the left. For those who haven't seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Season 0, it's fucking awesome. It was never brought to the US, but yeah, in the opening sequence, which I think is the best Yu-Gi-Oh! Opening of all time. It's even better than Overlap, in my opinion. But, yeah, this shot right here. I'm gonna homage it. Yeah, people just died. And then there's a particular Yu-Gi-Oh! Art style. This art style right here. That is my favorite, and I think that's peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Only 2 tones. I know later Yu-Gi-Oh! I'd say post GX. Yeah, so like 5Ds started really using that glossy look, like that Dragon Ball Super, that glossy look. I know 5D started using that, but I think this is peak Yu-Gi-Oh! Right here. No, I'm still going. Card game's still going strong, by the way. All right, Ned, you have to study for a test. Prime, my bad. Prime asked, how did the Turtles and Timepiece do at the cons? I've only brought it to 2 conventions. I brought it to one really small local convention, and it did okay. But then again, I only walked away with like $1,000 at that show. But it was like a 10-minute drive for me, so whatever. So that's not a fair. But it actually did. I mean, I sold a couple of them, so that's good. But I actually just came back from the Cherry Blossom Festival in San Francisco this past weekend. Anyone who did buy the Turtles piece bought the big version of it, and it was all guys my age. It just looked like me. Like I came by the table and bought it. That's what the audience for that is. But that was a Japanese focused event. If I take it to a comic book event, which is what I designed it for, if I take it to a comic event, oh, it's gonna be a wrap. Yeah. The anime's still going, yeah. You have to disregard proportions when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh! You just have to disregard it. As hard as that can be. I was talking with my wife yesterday about like every character in original Yu-Gi-Oh! Looks like they came from like a Mad Max cosplay party. Oh man. Well, I would appreciate that. Yeah, I will be hosting a get together, like a sketch get together at some point during, well, every convention. I'll pick one of the days, probably the Friday of every convention, not the Saturday. There's too much stuff going on Saturday. I'll pick the Friday where we'll all get together and have a little, like, a sketch night. I don't think Kaiba would have his arm bent. That's not like a strong enough pose. Like, even though that's what he's going on in that picture, we're gonna go ahead and kind of change it a little bit. Yo, those JoJo cards came out really good. Alright, so for those who didn't join yesterday, this is my thought process with this drawing, alright? The focal point of the drawing will be where their eye lines meet, so right there. And then everything will be kind of going towards that direction. Yeah, but no, the Turtles piece did really well. And I'm pretty confident in how it's going to do when I take it to like a comic book convention. I think it'll do like mediocre numbers at an anime con. I think the parents are going to buy it. But I made it to target an older demographic. Guys like me. So... So, is what's gonna win next month? Is it gonna be One Punch Man or is it gonna be Zoids? Also, I want to give a big shout out to all the patrons. I think we're almost full on the Patreon. I'm only taking a certain amount of people in the sketch card tier, and I think last I checked there were 2 slots, but I haven't checked it in like 2 weeks. So. Oh, no, I haven't. I know that 2 episodes are out right now, but I haven't had time to watch it yet. I do. That's a series I definitely want to stay up to date on, because Pokemon episodes are so quick, such a small investment, especially since I could just kind of stay up on it. You know, I don't need to. Fuck, I need to do it today, or else it's gonna be one of those things where it's like, huh, what is it, 6 episodes? No, I can do it. It's 10 episodes? Oh, I can do it. 15 episodes? Too much, you know. Ivan. Well, you know what? Whatever doesn't win always gets carried over to the next. Like if something gets in second place and it's really close, I will put it on the voting sheet for the next month, because obviously people want it. So whatever doesn't win, it will probably win next month, unless I could think of something to like screw that up. So I don't know if you all... Okay, I'm going to show you something, and I don't think you're going to be able to unsee it once I show you. You know, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was one of the first things I started drawing, right? Fucking Crunchyroll, get out of here. Nobody wants to. I think it'll be on YouTube. I think it'll be on YouTube. Hold on. So when I first started drawing, I was doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Artwork. Like playmats and stuff for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Community, right? And episode 134, which is, I think, the best episode of original series Yu-Gi-Oh! I use this as kind of my reference and template for when I was drawing the characters. Now, there's going to be a lot of... Okay. The way that the line art is, see how there's a lot of spot blacks and heavy line weight? I don't know if you could see a lot of that in my artwork, especially with how I draw eyes. But now that I pointed that out, hopefully y'all can see it, because I could still see it to this day. Like, where I place a lot of my spot blacks, I learned a lot of that from Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically this episode. So I don't know if you could see that reflect in my work, but yeah. I don't know how many times I've watched this episode. Yeah, there's a little... there's a little bit of this episode in everything that I draw. Because this is what I used as a reference back then. If any of you have not watched the subtitled version of Yu-Gi-Oh, oh my god, do yourself a favor, like... It's like a crime what they did in the dub. Specifically with the soundtrack. Like, it didn't get it as bad as One Piece, but I'm still saying, like... Go lay down. Go lay down. That's just Stockholm Syndrome. You're just used to them now. You're just used to the English one. Hey, go lay down. My dog naturally does not want to be trapped in the office all day, right? But the wife is asleep. She still sleeps a lot because she has to recover. So I gotta let her sleep, so I gotta watch the dogs all day. And I know it sucks to trap them in here this many hours while I work, but what are you gonna do, man? And she act like I didn't take her for a 2-mile walk this morning. Like, what? You want to see how big my puppy got? Ugh. He's like 40 pounds now. He's about to be 9 months old. I went downstairs and found 2 newborn kittens. Whoa. Wow, I've never had a cat before. What's that like in regards to like raising them? Are they pretty loyal? What? I know you don't want to be in here all day. But you got no choice, you're gonna wake your mom up. Let's shrink them both down just a little bit. Best girl in Yu-Gi-Oh? Man. I only watched up until 5Ds. Like I watched through 5Ds. I didn't watch Zexel after that. We don't really have a lot of female characters in Yu-Gi-Oh, do we? If you try to build a Harpy deck now, they have so much support. They got this annoying ass field card, right? Because every time a Harpy is summoned, you get to destroy a spell or trap on the field. So fucking annoying. Yeah, all the old decks have gotten major upgrades over the years. When you said best girl, I was thinking it had to be a card because I don't think they have good female characters like duelists. I think that the argument is going to be the Kiza from 5Ds, but I don't like her. I don't care about her. That plant deck garbage. And her motorcycle's ugly. If you haven't watched 5Ds, 5Ds is hella good. 5Ds is better than GX. Like, you would think that it being on motorcycles... Well, it is stupid, like, the concept of it. But it's fun. Like, it adds a lot. I think in regards to, like, animation... It's because there's always like movement going on, so maybe like my ADD, like maybe it helps that there's always stuff going on because they're always driving. Didn't make it past the original series. 5Ds is good. Yeah, it took me until like 5Ds I think was 4 seasons deep before I decided to watch it. Because they were on motorcycles, and I was just like, the fuck is this? But I gave it a chance, and not only is it fun because like visually it's more interesting because they're actually moving the whole time, but they're doing synchro summoning in that like that series focuses around synchro summoning, and the combos, like in real life, in order to do synchro summons you have to do like in real life, in order to do synchro summons, you have to do like big combos, right? Well, back in the day, now it's broken. But so this, when you would watch them play on the series, it was just like it was a shit ton of like small combos and leveling up, and it was really interesting. I feel like composition-wise, should they be a little lower? I will have monsters. I will have monsters coming up, like right here. Like covering them up a little bit. Add Karibo will be in here. Of course. Alright, hold on. Okay, the puppy laid down. Thank God. Teen Titans held up for me. I haven't gone through the whole series yet. I would assume so. That seems like a very timeless kind of show. I mean, not as timeless as something like Batman animated series, right? But I feel like Teen Titans would hold its charm over years. Precious Time Glory Days. I don't know if I'm bold enough to say it's the... That one is definitely the best GX intro.
What, do you need to go potty? Is that what it is?
Alright, pause this conversation. I gotta go take the dog out real quick, but pause this conversation. I like what we're talking about right here. We're talking about the best Yu-Gi-Oh themes. Alright, so hold on. I'll be right back. We'll take care of the puppy real quick. Oh, before I head out, I'm gonna run a 1-minute ad, and while it's running, I'm not gonna say you should click on your screen, but you know, sometimes you should click on screens. BRB. Okay. Yeah, so Precious Time, Glory Days is the best GX song. Overlap is the best original series song. And Going My Way is the best 5D song. I would say GX didn't get good until the 4th season, which unfortunately we never got in the US. Did y'all know that? That there was a season of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX that never came to the US? And it's like, it's not even close, it's the best one. Yeah, it's pretty out there, for sure. So basically, at the end of season 3, you think like Jaden's like lost, and you think he's like dead or whatever, right? But in like a post-credit scene, I believe it's like a post-credit scene at the end of season 3, he like shows back up at the school, and that's kind of like the end of it, unless you watch like the Japanese version, and he that's when season 4 is when he like merges with Yubel. So I would imagine anyone who watched Bonds Beyond Time, the movie that had Yugi, Jaden, and Yusei, if you watch Bonds Beyond Time, which they brought out in English, and you hadn't seen the unreleased Japanese season 4 of GX, that shit wouldn't make any fucking sense. Like, what the fuck is all this? Oh, this is awesome. I get to nerd out with y'all. We normally, when I do these projects, we get to kind of nerd out. Like Ninja Turtles, I'm a Ninja Turtle fan, right? But I never get to like weeb out with y'all. Underrated card. So during the when Synchro era first came out, I'm playing in real life. When Synchro era first came out, I was playing a gadget deck because you could use it was before they changed the ruling or the text on Ultimate Offering. In the Champion Pack version of Ultimate Offering, which I think was like $40 or something at the time, which naturally I ran because that was a super rare version. In the Champion Pack version, it said that you could activate it on your opponent's turn, which means like your opponent declares an attack, you could Ultimate Offering, pay 500, and then summon a monster, right? Which means if you summon a gadget during your opponent's turn to block damage, once you summon it, you pull another one out of your deck, right? So it was just kind of like this wall to prevent from getting KO'd. And once I realized you could do that, I started running Neospatian Grand Mole. So during that period of all these synchros, I started running Neospatian Grand Mole. I had an ultimate rare version of it, and nobody at the time was running it because, you know, the people that I played with, it was all net deck. For those who don't know what net decking is, it's just like they would just look up whatever deck won the most recent tournament, copy it card for card, and just play that. Like, that's all the people I played with, that's all they did. Like, there was not a lot of creativity where I played. So anytime I came out with like some weird shit, Like, they just didn't know what to do. It's like if you disrupt the line of ants, they just like don't know what to do. So with Grand Mole, you had Ultimate Offering down, right? And then every time, all right, so you had Ultimate Offering here, right? So like anytime your opponent, they could fill up the field with like 5 synchro monsters, and then they declare an attack. The Ultimate Offering, pay 500, summon Grand Mole. They can't touch, like they could not do anything. Yeah. Because Grand Mole doesn't target. So they couldn't get around it in like any way, and they would just end their turn, and then it'd be my turn, and then I could just get rid of. Then you could on your turn you could summon Grand Mole, attack one of their monsters, and use the effect to bounce both the cards back to the hand, and it's still the battle phase. So you could pay 500 to summon Grand Mole again, and then declare another attack, and then you could just clean out their whole field. I was doing that kind of, I did that kind of bullshit. Yeah, I remember that gadget deck that I had was really fun because I was doing that Grand Mole thing, but I also was using Compulsory Evacuation Device at 3, which no one was using at the time either. That card was super underrated. There was now I don't think it's restricted now, but it got to the point where that card eventually got limited to 1. Yeah, so I think cards that bounce things back to the hand are super underrated. Well, I mean, like in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, there's like too many cards that do that, right? But today the card game is just too. Oh, Bearded, I see you in the chat. Yeah, modern Yu-Gi-Oh, the game's way too powerful. Like everything is just too strong now. The first wave of Link monsters I actually liked because it slowed down the game. But I mean, like they released Link monsters the same time they released the new Master Rules, right? And they're just like, we're gonna slow the game down, we're gonna balance things out because it was going too fast, like the game was too aggressive. But then they just go on and print these cards that allow you to like single monster Link summon and stuff. For those who don't know what Link summoning is, it's just like it's basically cards that say like you need 2 what affect monsters, 2 non-effect monsters on the field, and then you could special summon then you could summon the Link monster, right? It's meant to slow the game down. But then they started releasing cards that were just like, no, it just needs 1 card to link. You link this from your hand. Yeah. And now, so you all are familiar with Max C, right? I think we've had this conversation about Max C before. Max C is you could use it from your hand. You could activate it from your hand. Hold on. My wife needs me for something. Don't let me forget we're talking about Max C, okay? I'll be right back. And then we're gonna start this song over again because this song slaps. Okay, we've returned. Oh yeah, we're talking about Max C. For those who don't know what that card is, you could use it from your hand, so you can sneak it up on your like sneak it on your opponent randomly, and basically every time your opponent summons a monster, you get to draw a card. It doesn't sound very aggressive, but like, it's fucking crazy. Like, it's really good. Anyway, I'm one of those people that thinks that Max C is a necessity. People want to get rid of it because they're like, this is too much. Nah. Alright, you're gonna lurk. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate it. Gonna keep a lot of sharp edges. Yu-Gi-Oh! Loves their sharp edges. Yu-Gi-Oh! Loves their really long limbs, too. Oh, what happened? Did we disconnect? Is the stream looking okay for everyone? Alright, so for anyone who does have spare channel points, we are running a community channel points challenge. It'll be if you all can reach 125,000 channel points as a community. I think what we got, 11 days left on it, 12 days on it. We'll have a 24-hour study stream for some fantasy creatures and armor and all that stuff. Yeah. Brahms, what's going on? Oh, it's so nice to see everybody's names. I was gonna say faces, but I can't see shit. It's good to see everybody. How those vampire hours? Slow. Really slow. Detrimental to the channel. I think we're better off just not even streaming than doing those late night hours. But you know, I just it's all I had available, so I made the most of it. Now that the wife is doing better, you know, I'll see what we can do. How to do this without covering his face. You don't need an excuse. You could just do it. But now there's like a goal now, right? Okay, so with our current Godzilla, is that one connected to the Elizabeth Olsen, Bryan Cranston Godzilla? Is it connected to that one? Technically? It is, okay. Kong's, so it goes Godzilla, Kong Skull Island, that Godzilla sequel, and then Godzilla vs. Kong. Boy, I bet they are glad they tacked that little bit on at the end of that Kong Skull Island, right? I bet they're so happy they did that. Look at all this money they're making just because they did that. That's like them putting the alien skull in the background in Predator 2. Kind of. So are we gonna get all those Shin movies to cross over or what? Kamen Rider is getting a theatrical release in the US? That's crazy. I didn't know I was getting a big boy release. Is that fan made? Oh yeah, fan made. Hold on, my dogs are barking, and I gotta hold on. I'm not gonna leave. I just need to take care of the dogs because this is one of the reasons that we weren't streaming during the day because there's so much going on here at home. So let me go grab the dogs real quick. I need to let my wife sleep, or else this is not gonna go well. Yeah, she doesn't get her recovery time. Bad news. So let me go grab the dogs real quick because I know they're barking. I could hear them through my headphones. Okay, dog has been retrieved. Hopefully she'll hang out here long enough to just pass out and leave my wife. Let my wife go to sleep. Hey, what's going on? This is around the time I fell off of Yu-Gi-Oh! This intro right here. I didn't watch this series. Yeah, it doesn't go as hard as those the last ones we were listening to, huh? Anytime Yugi doesn't go into cape mode, I get disappointed. It's one of my favorite character designs. When Yugi puts his jacket over his shoulders like a cape, and then it just kind of stays floating there the whole time. You know what I mean? It just stays floating the whole time. That's one of my favorite designs. I think that's, to me, that's the equivalent of like when they have the Saiyans wrap their tail around their waist. Golden, what's going on? This is the weakest opening song that we've heard all day. We are currently, right now we are making, this is going to be a drawing of Yugi and Kaiba and all of their monsters from both their decks. For anyone who is unfamiliar with these projects that I do, I'll give you one example. So, for anyone who's kind of new here, when I do these projects, I like to take properties that I'm a fan of and then draw every character from that particular property. So I have one for Pokemon, League of Legends, Overwatch. This one's my Dragon Ball. I have one for Rick and Morty. Yeah, so it's not gonna be quite like this. It's not gonna be this many characters, but same idea. Yeah, that Dragon Ball drawing took me over 1,000 hours to complete. Yeah, so we're sticking mainly to their monster cards. We're gonna stay away from their spell cards, because then that gets like too crazy. You know, my favorite thing is Yugi had Red Eyes in his deck during the end of Battle City, so technically we get to draw Red Eyes Black Dragon in here too. So. Yeah, let me, I'll pull that up for you right now. If it'll load, what's going on? Alright, here we go. I think the collar needs to be a little bit closer. Alright, I think that's better. Prints are available in my online shop, by the way, anyone who's interested. And once we get a little bit further here, we're gonna have I'll have a pre-order of this, and I'll think of something special to do with it. Because like when we did the Ninja Turtles piece, the pre-orders, people who pre-ordered that got a special edition version of it where the Turtles had their red headbands like in their original designs. Yeah, that red headband version is no longer available. So if those who pre-ordered the Ninja Turtles piece, I appreciate y'all. We'll have this Kaiba have green hair. Original Kaiba. Yeah, that's what's going on. You know what it is. This is gonna be Yugi and Kaiba and all of their monsters. Design-wise, we're going to be using a lot of sharp edges. That's my favorite look to Yu-Gi-Oh! Sharp, sharp, sharp edges everywhere. Oh, the blocks? That's just kind of, that's gonna help me place all the monsters. It's just like a guideline to help me keep everything in perspective. Man, my puppy is like vicious. Like I bought been buying her rope toys. She's like about to be 9 months old now. I buy her rope, like large breed toys, you know, ropes, and she just tears through them in like a day, like one day. It's like, damn, it's getting expensive. No, sometimes they draw Yugi like very muscular. I'm actually not a fan of that. I like skinny Yugi, just like Spider-Man. I don't like jacked Spider-Man. I like skinny Spider-Man. He's not like superhero jacked, but like a lot of like poster art for Yugi, especially when he's in cape mode, when he has his jacket on his shoulders. They draw him very muscular. There's a particular art style that I really like that they use sometimes, and I'm trying to stay on model to that. No, so here's what's happening. The reason I paused the Attack on Titan and the Teen Titans, the two Titans, the reason I put a pause on those drawings was because in order for me to finish them, I have to go through the whole series, go through all the episodes and, you know, do my research and get all the characters, the same way I did it for Rick and Morty and Dragon Ball. I just don't have the time. You know, I thought I would, but, you know, I thought I'd have the time to do it, but I don't. So I had to put those two on the back burner. And I'm like over 10 hours deep into the Attack on Titan, not the Attack on Titan, and the Teen Titans one. So those two will have to wait till later on in the year when I get more time. I just can't right now. And then I did actually start a Harry Potter one, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm like 11 hours deep into that one because like I didn't want to go through all the episodes of a series, so I was just like, well, I need something that has like a definitive amount of characters, so I thought Harry Potter would be good because I love Harry Potter. But I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of baggage these days that comes with Harry Potter, and when I'm on the road and I'm selling these things and I'm at the conventions and it's busy and I'm trying to make money, I don't need to start conversations about stuff. You know what I'm talking about. So I just said, fuck this Harry Potter piece. I already did all my research for it, but even then I'm like, nah, I'll have to pass on this. So then I'm just like, well, I need to get something done before my convention season starts in about a month and a half. So Yu-Gi-Oh! That's why we're here now. Do I do art full-time? I do, yes. I stream my artwork here on Twitch. Most of the time we're in the sketchbook doing like practice. I also so I am here on Twitch. I also run a YouTube channel. I also go to conventions and sell my artwork, like anime conventions and comic book conventions. And this year, very excited, I'll be doing some work with Copic Marker this year. Very, very exciting for me. I've been using Copic Marker since I started drawing, so I'm going to be doing some work with them later this year. Well, yeah, massive time sink, absolutely. When I did the Dragon Ball piece, what I did was I sat through literally every episode of original series Z, GT, Super, and all the movies. And I just every single episode. And that's what my research was. But that's Dragon Ball, you know, that's a property I'm just like, yeah, that deserves it. I don't quite feel that same way about Teen Titans, where I'm just like, it doesn't really deserve that much. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's why I never finished those two. Yo, thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. These songs suck. We're listening to all the Yu-Gi-Oh intros, and we've gotten... Once we got past 5Ds, these songs are not as good. Maybe it's because I'm used to the other songs. Because I only watched up to 5Ds. Oh, we're 50%? Oh my god. Thank you, Golden. Thank you. Yeah, for anyone who has spare channel points, we have a community channel points challenge going on. I need to clean up my computer because it has been lagging really bad. Alright, I'm over that Yu-Gi-Oh music because it's not good once you get past 5Ds. No, it's like Pokemon. Everyone will hop in during certain generations and hop out when they don't like a certain one, then come back. Well, I have a lot. Gundam themes, that'd be good. Well, we got a lot of time to kill, so we'll put on some Gundam and Initial D after this. I forgot he has like a second belt. He has a studded belt and then a second belt.
Check, check, hey!
Hold on, I need to pull up a reference. Ooh, that's really loud. My bad. Let me lower that down for y'all. Alright, let me see. I'm getting conflicting designs for Yugi.
I'm DJ not Porter Robinson. Hands up, let's go!
Okay.
1, 2, 3, let's go! Hey, go!
Appreciate all the views, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We got another big boy project going on. Thank you, Zenith. This is still just the rough draft. Just placing everything where I want them to be, and then we'll do another pass. So we'll do like 3 or 4 passes on the line work. Right now, we're just making sure that everything's gonna line up correctly. I know how to draw a dual disc without any reference. If that says anything about how much of a fucking nerd I am. When's the next convention? Good question. The next convention I have a one-day convention, a small convention in California, in Lodi, California, called Lodi Comic-Con. I've been working with the people who run it. Mike, I've been running it. I've been working with them for so long. So it's nice to, hey, Grasslands, thank you. My bad, I missed your comment earlier, Grasslands. Yeah, so I have a one-day comic convention. That's May 7th. But then I have Anime Central after that. And then after that, I have FanimeCon in San Jose. And then I have 4 back-to-back weekends in May. Like, second half of May, beginning of June. And then I get 1 weekend off. And then I have 4 back-to-back again right after that. Grasslands, thank you for the follow. I'm excited. I haven't been hardcore out for conventions since, I'm not gonna lie, since pre-COVID. I've done some cons here and there since since everything opened back up, but I haven't been hardcore. So I actually have a lot of artwork that I have not tried to showcase at these cons yet, and I'm actually really excited because it's gonna be a lot of money. Something must have changed. Yeah, so I have, and you could see it on my Twitter. It's pinned at the top of my Twitter, my convention schedule. But yeah, it goes Lodi Comic Con, and then I have 4 back-to-back: Anime Central in Illinois, Fanime in San Jose, A-Con in Texas, Animate in Columbus, Ohio. Then I get a week off. And then I go to Florida after that. Then after that is Anime Expo in Los Angeles, big show. And then directly after that, I go to Anime Midwest back in Illinois. And directly after that, I go to Chicago, so I stay in Illinois. And then, Jesus Christ, that's 5 weekends, shit. So after that, I go to Indiana. And then, oh my God, directly, oh my, that got like, oh, I must have like looked at that wrong. I got like 6 back-to-back, July and August. Fuck, that's a lot. I'm not a young man. I can't do it like I used to. 30 cons a year. I can't do that anymore. That's all right. Yeah, I mean, definitely I've had worse jobs than selling anime, my anime artwork at cons, you know. I've definitely had worse jobs than this. I'm happy that I got to take a break because you know, for the longest time I was doing like 30 a year, man, like 25, 30 a year, and I was just like, I would get so tired. But that's kind of my fault, because back in the day, I used to not rest. Like I would, it wasn't so much overworking, I just wasn't resting. Like I wouldn't sleep because I was just like, I have to edit the vlogs, you know, because I record vlogs while I'm at the at these conventions, and then I'd be working on a new project, and I would take on too much client work, and I would just never rest. I was being irresponsible, so that I got really worn out. Not burned out, but I got worn out. So I'm a little bit older and a little bit smarter now about my health. So I think I will have a really fun time during this one. The body needs at least 6 hours of sleep. Yeah, long gone are the days where I could function on 4. You guys know I got like really sick like last week. I had like a fever for like 5 days. I got up to 105. And I got up to 105 for a few hours, and then cooled myself down, and then I was floating up and down. And I even when I went to the Cherry Blossom Festival this past weekend for work, because I had an artist table in San Francisco this past weekend, I still had a fever going into that. Long gone are the days where I could function on 4. My prime hours used to be 4 to 6 hours, but I'm getting to a point, like, must be my age, I don't know, where I gotta do 6. I gotta do 6 now. So I will be investing big in melatonin. So when I like, oh, how long is this flight? 8 hours? Well, blup, blup, blup. I would invest in edibles to help me go to sleep, because, you know, that there's way more benefits in edibles than like melatonin. But I worry that I'm going to still be fucked up when I wake up, and I can't do that. I can't risk that. Oh, speaking of edibles. Never mind. Never mind. I must have put them. Oh, it is 420, huh? Happy 420 to everybody, all the smokers out there. Yeah, I can't fucks with that stuff anymore, man. I'm so fragile to everything. Let me tell you how fragile I am to substances now. Cause I used to be a fuckboy. Like I used to be a party fucking fuckboy, right? But like, I went out on a date with my wife yesterday for the first time in like 6 months because she's been recovering, right? I had a tall Sapporo, just a beer, and I couldn't even finish it, and I was fucked up. I was like hella fucked up. And it was just a beer. So I can't even imagine if I tried to take an edible right now, because my sensitivity to everything is so crazy. Yeah. But I think I'll have melatonin and edibles on deck. Can you fly? Can you fly with edibles? Because I know it's not legal everywhere. It's legal in California. Can you fly with that shit? In the US? I mean, you put it in your vitamin bag, nobody's gonna check it, alright? I mean, you could put all kinds of stuff in your vitamin bottles and nobody's gonna check it. I'm just saying. But no, not take it on the plane. I'm talking about like after a day at the convention and I'm like, if I'm caught up on all my work and I just want to get a good, like, you get out of the con like 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, and you can sleep for at least like 8 hours, but 8 hours on edibles is much better than 8 hours not on edibles, right? So I would like to have access to it like post work day. This is one time I was flying out to, where did I fly to? I think I was flying out to Washington DC, right? I'm in California, so that's a bit of a flight. And I was smoking it up with my friend before we left, because I was just like, my flight was at like 6 in the morning, so they boarded at like 5:30 or some shit. And I didn't go to sleep that night because I was afraid of not being able to wake up on time. So I went to go visit my friend who lived near the airport. I was like, all right. And he's just like, you want to smoke up a little bit before we go? And I was like, nah, all right. So I just smoked a little bit and I felt okay. And then I came down a little bit. And when I got to the airport, when I was in the TSA line, it hit so hard. My eyes were just like, yeah, can't do that shit anymore though.
These will be times that I will miss. Don't blame me if I don't come through. I spent a lifetime on this, but I would give it all
So I got really I had gone to the Netherlands for a convention, and that's a long flight for me, right? And I gotten so sick while I was out there on the flight home. They serve you like I took Swiss Airlines, okay? And they give you a whole ass bottle of wine. Like, it's a short bottle, but like they give you each person a whole bottle. So I on the flight home, I was so sick, I just took a bunch of NyQuil pills and killed like the whole bottle. And I was sleeping so hard, I missed like, I don't know how many meals did I sleep through. And when I finally woke up, I was like covered in drool. And my neighbor, he was so cool. My neighbor, he was just like, hey man, hey, I tried. He had a really strong accent, I don't know what kind, but he was just like, hey, I tried to wake you up, man. They were trying to feed us, like, you missed like 2 meals. I tried to wake you up, but you weren't getting up. So I was just like, I was still sick, but then I was all groggy and a little hungover. And then I went, like, I got up, I hobbled over to the flight attendant. I was just like, yeah, I've been asleep over there. I missed all the meals. Like, do you guys have any food left over? And all they had were these Magnum ice creams. So I was just like, yeah, I'll just take like 3 of these. And I was just sitting there, just trying to survive. Oh, you're talking about Tank and Ryan? Yeah, that's a rap art. I mean, like, all right, this is my reasoning for this. Even though it's pretty much the same, it's the same sentiment that most people are sharing, right? Tank's just too strong, man. He knocked out, like, not knocked out. He stopped Barrios. You know, he's fought guys at 140. So, I don't know. I think when you combo his power with his experience, because he's fought harder guys than Ryan has. So I think if you just take the experience he has, and he's busier than Ryan too. So you take into account that he's worked with Floyd. His power is crazy, and he just has more experience with harder guys, bigger guys than Ryan. Combine that with Ryan doesn't really have that. He doesn't have a chin like Isak Cruz or anything. You know, he can be put down. I think my vote is it's gonna be around round 8 or 9. I think Tank's gonna spark him, but I think Ryan's gonna be ahead on all 3 cards. I think Ryan's gonna piece him up for a lot of the fight, and then I think he's gonna be ahead on all the cards, and I think Tank's just gonna spark him, and I think Ryan's gonna get up, and he's gonna keep coming forward, because I think Ryan has a lot to prove. And I think he's gonna be super hungry, but he's just not gonna have the chin for Tank. That's what I think. That's all it comes down to. I think Ryan's a good fighter. I like Ryan a lot. Like, I think he's cool. Despite, like, people just they don't like him because he has a big social media following. That's usually why most people don't like him. He's kind of corny, but I mean, whatever. I just don't think he has the chin to put up with someone like Tank the whole fight. Chappie, what's going on? My wife's doing well. Yeah, she's doing much better. Yeah. We actually went out on a date last night. We went to go get sushi. Mew, how's it going? Yeah, I saw they bet their whole purse, huh? Ryan will, if Ryan loses, he'll pay that too. Did you ever see that he made a bet with Errol Spence when Tank fought Rolly? He bet, how much did he bet Spence? Did he bet him like $20,000 or something like that? and he paid up. So I mean, oh, your birthday's tomorrow. Well, happy early birthday. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on that fight. I like Ryan a lot. I'm not like a Ryan hater. I like Luke Campbell, so I was surprised that he beat him. That brought a lot of respect for me for Ryan. I just don't think he has the chin to deal with Tank for a whole fight, and I don't think he can. I don't think he can stop Tank. No way. So that just kind of leaves one conclusion. And Golden asks, how long is this piece going to take? I have no idea. I've learned to not create expectations for how long these are going to take. Getting Yugi and Kaiba down is going to be the longest part, though. The rest of this, drawing the monsters, that's going to be the easy part. So we are doing the most difficult part first. Did you see Zhang stop Joe Joyce though? Oh man. I would just love if Zhang became undisputed. If like after everything, all this drama, all this back and forth with AJ and Fury and Usyk and all this and all that talk about Joyce is the next one and I would just love if Dubois beat Usyk, became unified, fought Zhang beats him, and then Fury doesn't fight anybody because he's not gonna fight nobody. He vacates the belt, and then Zhang just beats whoever gets that. That'd be awesome. I would love. Just came out of nowhere. It just took all the belts. I hate the heavyweight division, dude. I'm so fucking tired of the heavyweight division. Working on 72. Are they all rugby players? Yeah, I hate the heavyweight division. Man, we have Tank and Ryan fighting, and then we have Haney and Loma fighting. Dude. It's like amazing. I can't believe we're getting these fights. I would buy the Tank Ryan fight if I wasn't broke, but here we are. Well, if you find somebody who has a halfway decent stream of it, hit me up. My favorite is my favorite thing ever is there's an Irish bar in New York that I like to go to whenever I'm there, and for some reason every time I'm in New York they have some fight that I'm interested in. Like I saw Fury Wilder 3 there. I saw what was it? It was Crawford Porter. I watched that over there too. It's like in Manhattan, and the cover charge is only $10. I was like, that's pretty sweet. It's easing over to the right a little bit, so I mean we could shift everything over once all the line art is in. So we're never gonna get Crawford Spence, right? Like that's just never gonna happen. I've come to terms with that. Like we're never gonna get AJ Wilder. I've come to terms with that. We're never gonna get that fight. We're never gonna get Fury Usyk. I've come to terms with that. We're never gonna get that. I don't think we're gonna get an undisputed heavyweight in the next 5 years. I have come to terms with that as well. I genuinely don't think we're ever gonna get. We're not gonna get an undisputed heavyweight until the next generation, until the next wave of heavyweights. So when Wilder and Fury and AJ, when they're all gone, when they're done, and we get the new set, that's when we're gonna get an undisputed. I don't think we're gonna get one right now. It's just not gonna happen. Fucking Fury's holding the belt hostage, that's why. Malcolm, do you like Fury? You know, something interesting. Again, we're talking about boxing, so I'm sure we've lost a lot of you because, if you look at this, could just be me. I could be going crazy. If you look at Fury in his Dillian White, or his Chisora, or his most recent fight, right? He doesn't really move really fast anymore. And I remember there was an interview post Wilder 3 where Fury's dad was talking about how Tyson had taken so much damage during that last Wilder fight that he has like short-term memory loss now. And there's this part of me that wonders if Fury's not taking big fights right now because maybe he doesn't really have anything left, like physically, because taking shots like that from Wilder for 3 fights, that's fucking rough, man. Like maybe Fury just doesn't really have anything left physically. How's everyone doing? Thank you for all the follows. Jory, what's up? I'm doing really, really well. We are working on a new stupid giant project. Oh, Jesus. What happened to Yu-Gi-Oh? What do you mean, what happened to Yu-Gi-Oh? Yu-Gi-Oh's still going. Anime and the card game. So for those who may be new or more recent, Yu-Gi-Oh is how I started drawing. I was doing playmats. Those were my first art jobs. Like that's what I was doing. I was doing custom playmats for people. Oh. The one I was drawing this morning? That's still this one, yeah. No, that's still this one, yeah. Yeah, this one's gonna take a few weeks to finish. I don't have like an exact estimation because I know better than to create an expectation, but or to create a timeline rather. But yeah, this is gonna take a few weeks to finish. Alright, hold on. I gotta take care of the dogs. Gotta take care of my puppies real quick.
子供さ一人ぼっちの悲しみにきしんだ綱が心で揺れてる「会いたい」
All right, everyone. I'm sure you saw this coming. I do have to take care of everything here at home. Malcolm, I appreciate all those gifted subs you did. Big shout out to you. I appreciate you so much. And Jory, thanks for coming through again. Yeah, so before we head out, here's a link to the Discord. Also, if you have any spare channel points, contribute them to the Community Channel Points Challenge. If we as a community can get to 125,000 channel points within the next 2 weeks, we'll do a 24-hour fantasy creature and armor study. But yeah, I have to go take care of some stuff around the house. You know how that goes. We will come back on later, probably the vampire hour, like 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So once again, thank you everybody for hanging out. Appreciate it so much. And